This presentation is made possible by these amazing individuals and organizations, whether it was through Patreon, Super Chats, Super Stickers, or by watching, liking, and commenting. I really appreciate each and every one of you.
Hello, everyone. Good morning. Wow, it's so good to see you guys. Thank you for everyone who is here right now, all 8 of you. I really appreciate it. I usually set this up a little earlier, and um, life happened, and yeah, it's been a wild morning. So let's get into your comments immediately. So let's do this. Let's do this, guys. I hope you guys are doing well. Uh, Keith E is the first one up. Says, "Good morning. I just had a full size box of grape nuts exploded in the kitchen. Oh no." Okay, that sounds like how like the last like 24 hours has been for me. Just just saying. That sounds like a good metaphor for it. Hungry Jerk is here. How are you? So glad that you guys are here. Oh my goodness, you don't know. I was like, good morning. He says, "Good morning, everyone." And Keith E is saying hi to Hungry Jerk. You guys are so sweet to each other. Unicorn Rampant Studio is here. It says grape nuts. Oh my god, clock. And it says good morning, everyone. And Bonzo Kilborn says, "One of my favorite greetings ever. Greetings, Earthlings. We come in peace." Um, and if you guys don't remember, that's the greeting for one of the V aliens when they came to Earth. Is like greetings. No, actually, it was citizens of the planet Earth. Greetings, and we come in peace. That was the exact quote, but I always like this one. That'll work. That will work. Greetings, Earthlings. We come in peace. And Unicorn Rampant Studio says peace. That's great news. Yes. I love that. Yeah, you guys really cheer me up, that's for sure. And Hungry Jake says, "Good morning, UPS and Bonzo." Oh, that's right. Your name, you. Oh, you meant URS. Yes, 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 yes. I got you. I got you, Hungry Jerk. I got you back. Unicorn says, "Hello, RNG. Hello, Unicorn Rampant Studio." Man, you guys are just awesome. I don't know what to say here because I'm gonna start leaking in a minute. I mean, this morning was insane, and so you guys are bringing some sunshine into my life right now. And Rogu says, "Good morning, everyone, and a special good morning to the beautiful retro nerd girl RNG. I thought I was going to miss your live stream because of my doctor. I told him to just cut it off. I gotta go." No, you gotta stay and take care of your health. Um, you've got to take care of your health, and I see you're laughing. But I hope you're doing well. And Unicorn Rampant Studios says, "I'm glad you have great health care." I know, right? Healthcare is like super, super important, especially here in the US. So yeah, I'm just uh my eyes are leaking, just already started being oh, I just wanted to let you guys know ahead of time, I do have allergies. It seems as if there is some fires in Canada, and they're migrating downward, and you know the rest, you can assume the rest. So I've done with the comments, and let's see. Again, I apologize for not having the stream up earlier so you can be a part of the conversation beforehand, but we're going to do this. All right. So um, we've got a lot to talk about today. And I did prepare for you, of course, a slideshow. um, these slideshows don't aren't easy to make. They were so much faster to make before, but this one was a little bit difficult. We have a lot of news to cover, and let's see if I can pull it up. Let's see if I can pull it up. It was taking a long time to download, so bear with me. Let's see, just a few moments more. Um, Oh yeah, it's a tissue day today. Allergies are on fire. On fire. Okay. It's processing, guys. It's processing. Let's see what you guys are saying. Uh, and Regina Curd Rapid Studio says, "Earth is on fire, right? I mean, my gosh, why are forest fires are really kind of uh, they're really concerning." And Bonzo Kilborn says, "Is Secret Wars as bad as everyone says?" I'm enjoying it actually. The first episode wasn't as good as the second, in my opinion. It's very slow. It's not. Oh, we're gonna talk about it. Actually, we're gonna talk about it. That's part of the conversation. So I won't get ahead of the slideshow. But yeah, I thought it was intriguing. They're going deeper into a storyline, and I'm enjoying it. Let's see. And Keith E says, "Outcast Creative needs 20 people to hit 2,000. If you could go over there and hit the likes uh, up when he's done, we're actually subscribed." Oh, give me 1 second, guys. The the allergies are attacking, and I have um a little drop for that too. So it gives me some time to deal with the allergies. Let me see if I can find it. Oh, here it is. Okay, guys, this is hilarious. Wait till you see this drop for the allergies. Um, don't you think that's hilarious? I mean, oh man. Okay. Anyway. And then the music too, it's just yeah. Just a little zany little thing I put together for such moments when allergy attack, pew pew at you, yes. Brilliant. Oh, thank you so much. It's just a little fun that we like to have during this show, right? And so, yes, thank you so much. I love putting together those little silly little things. Um, while meanwhile, I'm exactly doing what's on screen. All right, so now, oh, here we go. Let's see. Um, yeah, that looks pretty awesome. Ah, it's happening again. This time I won't do that. I'm just going to stop the camera for a second. Okay. So the first story up is R.I.P. Julian Sands. Um, this breaks my heart. He really loved camping, was good at it, and they recently found his body. He went missing in January. His birthday is in January, January 4th to be exact, and they found his body recently. So it's been 6 months. Horrible, horrible news for his family and for fans of Julian Sands. Let's just read this from Deadline. Julian Sands, the veteran actor who disappeared in January while hiking around Mount Baldy, which lies in the San Gabriel Mountains, less than 50 miles northeast of Los Angeles. After 6 months of searching, the San Bernardino. Bernardino, there we go. County Sheriff's Office confirmed the human remains found earlier this week by hikers were indeed those of actor Julius Sands. He had been missing since mid-January. The cause of death is still pending, but Sands was an experienced hiker who loved the outdoors. So one thing you have to say is that he went out doing the thing that he loved doing the most, which is, still sad because he was so young. He was only 65. And it breaks my heart really, and that this happened. So, um, so sorry. And R.I.P. Julian Sands. And I'm not sure if you guys knew about this, but he was in Smallville for a little while. I did not know. I did watch, some episodes of Smallville, but not all. So this was really cool that he was in um, that TV series. I'm sure a lot of fans of the TV series are mourning his the loss of this actor, and it says this one I got from Wikipedia. He is best known for his breakout role as George Emerson in A Room with a View, 1985. Now this is one I never did see, A Room with a View, and I knew it got collected quite a few Oscars, and was a big hoop-de-doo when it came out, with Helena Bonham Carter as the lead. Other notable films he appeared in include The Killing Fields, Warlock, 1989, Arachnophobia, 1990, Naked Lunch, 1991, Boxing Helena in 1993, Leaving Las Vegas in 1995, Medallion in 2003, Ocean's 13 in 2007, and The Girl with the Dragon Tattoo in 2011. On television, he portrayed Vladimir Bierko in 24, which was in 2006, Jor-El in Smallville, 2009 to 2010, and voiced Valmont in Jackie Chan Adventures, 2000 to 2002. So yeah, rest in peace, Julian Sands. Um, and let's see what Keithy says. Keithy says, if you go to outspoken, I see that something's Siri is getting your words a little mixed up. If you go to Outcast Creative, make sure you put a comment there that Retro Nerd Girl sent you. Oh, thank you so much, Keithy. You think about me so much. Thank you so much. Yes, Outcast Creative is a friend of the show. He will be on here for a few episodes when we do our after we're finished with our time travel reviews or retro talks. We are gonna have Outcast Creative come on the show and talk about canon films. There may be one or two episodes of the Canon Film Special that I'm going to do by myself, but he's also going to join me because he did indeed work for Canon Films at one point in time. So yes, I can't wait for those, and head over to his channel because the Outcast Creative, because he does have incredible um, uh, content there, industry inside information about filmmaking and the likes. Let me see if I can track down his exact um, uh, link for you. Outcast Creative. There we go. Ooh, the allergies are out of control today. Really out of control. Sorry to keep mentioning it, but whew, it's a challenge. It's a challenge, guys. Let's see. Here is his um, his link so you guys can have it. All right. I put his link in the chat. So for anyone who's watching this now or watching the replay, you can have access to his link and go follow him. He's a great guy and a really great friend to the channel. Lots of cross pollination between our two channels. And okay, let's see what else Keith says. Hooper just time travel part five, he said was great. Hooper, he time traveled and he said that time travel part five was great. Awesome. Amazing. Yeah. All right. Okay. All right, so let's continue. Now, we got some brand new news yesterday, right off the presses. I mean, the ink is still wet in this, guys. Superman and Lois has been cast for the new movie Superman Legacy that will be coming out in 2025. Um, this is very big news for a lot of fans of Superman, a lot of fans of DC, and people who have been following the story. Of course, I've been following the story because it is pretty impressive what has been going on with Warner Brothers Discovery, and that studio has been through a lot and has done a lot, and so we're just following up with that story. It's big news, with especially in the geek and nerd community, and so yes, David Corenswet is the new Superman. On the left is his actual picture, and on the right is his picture imposed on a Superman body. I think some fans have put this together. I'm not responsible for this. So it is very interesting that the fans a long time ago picked this guy to be the new Superman. And of course, the internet fans were correct. This is the new Superman. They've been hounding him for a long time, asking him if he is the Superman for for weeks and or well for months really. And ever since um and James Gunn announced that he was going to go with a younger Superman than Henry Cavill, who just, I believe, just turned 40 this year. Either 39 or 40, don't quote me on that, but um, and so this young man is 29, I believe. So there is going to be an age difference, but he looks a lot like Henry Cavill, doesn't he? So they really, I don't know if that was on purpose or if it just was a happy accident, but he does kind of look a lot like Henry Cavill. This young man is 6'4". And he is, a little bit on the thin side, but of course, he can always, get bulked up. Everybody does. In fact, when Henry Cavill first started as Superman, he was pretty, I would say, like a natural had a natural body tone to him. He did not have a lot of muscle on him, but you have the frame and you put the muscles on, and there you've got Superman. And so, yeah, he looks so. I think this is a side by side comparison of the two guys. I don't like really comparing actors to each other as far as like who's better or whatever, but I was just looking at the startling uh fact that these guys look a lot alike, not exactly but a lot alike, and in certain angles they even look even more alike in certain angles, and the new Rachel has, I'm sorry, the new Rachel, the new Lois has been chosen in Rachel Brosnanian. And you know what? This girl is an amazing actress. Okay, the marvelous Mrs. Maisel, which she stars in. is getting so many awards, so much attention, and I think that she is actually brilliant. This is I hope she doesn't get put in a box, right? I hope she doesn't get put in a box because she has incredible range, and I really would like to see her do a lot of of work in the dramatic field later on in her career. But right now, I think they're going for they're going for a spunky, right? A really spunky, funny maybe. This is probably gonna be on the level of a rom-com. If you really want to know. That's what I think is gonna happen there, because the way I'm seeing this, like this actress and the guy kind of play off each other. Um and what I'm kind of guessing here, the fact that the budget is probably going to be much less than what um what we've seen in the past for superhero movies, and the fact that that formula has been kind of tested, and we've you know audiences aren't responding too much to the big overdone superhero movie. So maybe this is going to be more like a rom-com with some existential crisis going on for Superman, trying to find himself in a world, as James Gunn put it, who is kind, who and a kind person who's been put in a world who that doesn't believe in kindness. Um, and it should be interesting. A lot of, I mean, I think it's going to be different than anything we've ever seen before. And it is going to be what it is. I think it is going to be what it is. And so, yeah, I'm looking forward to that. Now, Secret Invasion, guys, episode 2. I just watched most of it. I didn't get to finish everything because of time constraints. It was crazy. So far, I am freaking loving the fact that this story is not like what you expect Marvel to be. I'm expecting fighting. I'm expecting action. I'm expecting all this excitement. um Extraction 2, it is not. It is just a simple espionage thriller kind of thing. And it's even less than that because it's actually showing you how this conflict got started. It Let me just see, I have some notes over here. It says it starts with a recap of the events of Captain Marvel. And the events in Captain Marvel was basically, the Skrulls are here on Earth, and they have no place to go because the Kree had destroyed their world, and there was about 1 million of them left. Now, what we did not know is that a million, or what Nick Fury didn't know, is that 1 million Skrulls were left on Earth, and they have been hiding amongst the population of humans. And they're not happy pretending to be another group of people while they're here. They're not happy with that. They don't like humans. And humans, once they find out that these aliens are living amongst them, are going to lose it, right? And so this is really a strange kind of storyline happening here, where you have two different groups. One group that's saying we should attack, kill. It doesn't matter how many people we kill. Let's take over this world. And too bad, so sad for humans. They don't deserve this planet, right? Because they've killed, and based on our history, we fight amongst each other. We're not good to each other. We treat each other terribly. They're just like, hey, let's get rid of the problem here. And we are just going to take over the world. And I think the thing that really kind of makes it kind of creepy is that they're trying to create a situation where humans kill themselves, basically, where they're trying to set up where America and and Russia fight each other, and that plan is working because they've just did this thing. They've set up this thing where Americans were in Moscow, and then there was a bomb that went off, and they're saying that the Americans did this, and about 2,000 people died. Everybody, men, women, children. And so this is gonna get noticed. Now, within the sphere of top level people in the country, a lot, no, no, in the globe, there are scrolls pretending to be humans, like actually in positions of power. So this is where it gets to be interesting. The main bad guy's name is Gravik, and he is really how can I say? He met he met Nick Fury when he was a kid. Now, Nick Fury said to the surviving um Skrulls from their war that, hey, look, I will find a planet for you as long as you help me with this, with certain like missions, right? So they helped him on missions, but he never fulfilled his part of the plan as far as finding them a planet. So a lot of them are pissed off about that. And then he disappeared and went to the spaceship, um, or went to space. So when he went to space, he didn't contact anybody. Nobody knew where he was. And so a lot of people were like, we can't wait forever. This guy we can't trust him. So that was on him. He never explains why he went into space to anybody. So um maybe that will be revealed in time, but he never really goes into detail about that. In the last episode, Maria Hill died, um uh and it looks like it's permanent. I think she's gone for good, and which really is a terrible way to end the character. It just doesn't seem like a great way to end the character, but maybe I'm hoping that that's like a trick or something. I hope it's a trick. Uh, and then let's see, anything else? Yeah, this graphic character, this bad guy, is really intriguing because he's building something here, and he's really uh becoming more of a force to reckon with more and more throughout the story. But something's going on within his ranks too. So this is all very interesting to me. I'm fascinated by the show. It still has me curious, and it is, like I said, it isn't action packed. It's more drama. If you wanted more action, this isn't it. This isn't it. This is more a slower pace. But the story's solid, guys. I think the story is pretty solid. So let's see what you guys are saying. Brogu says, RNG, I think you should be the next Lois Lane." Whoa. Uh, or you can play an arch enemy, Ice Queen, kind of like Mr. Freeze, but more feminine and beautiful. What do you think? Um, that's nice. I I think that the arch enemy Ice Queen would be, or some other enemy would be fine. I wrote a story a long time ago, a Superman story about a green witch uh that Superman has to fight. It was a long time ago. I was a kid. I was like, the story of the Emerald Queen. Uh and it was really quite interesting. Um and of course, you know that Superman is his powers are no good against magic, so she was magical. I didn't even know that at the time. I just wrote the story. So it was really fun. And then yeah, for me as Lois Lane, I really feel like our personalities would be so much so different, but I do love. Thank you. Really consider that a wonderful um compliment. That is so sweet of you, Boo. That is so sweet of you. I've never been compared to Lois Lane, but Lois Lane is super dynamite. Always loved her. And again, like I said, Margot was my favorite. She was gorgeous and just quick-witted. And oh, one thing I wanted to say about the actress who was going to be playing Lois. Let's see if I can find her. Yeah, she is does pull off a more worldly character. I think she'll pull off a more worldly character because Lois isn't she's been around, like she's young, but she's done things with her life. She's an explorer. She's interesting, and she she's done things. Oh no. Am I still there? Oh no. Um, I hope I'm still here. Yeah, I think I'm. Oh no, it it's so wild. Um, I wonder what's happening. My internet's fine. Um, give me 1 second. I hope you guys are still there. Yeah. Okay. So, yes, thank you for the compliment, Brogu. I really appreciate it. You're wonderful. And Unicorn Rapid Studio says it sounds like Linda Carter, Wonder Woman. Shrill double episode. I am remembering correctly. Skrill? Oh, I might. I'll have to look at that. I don't remember. I should remember. I know that there was some aliens that came to visit her. And then okay, yeah, okay, I wasn't. Wait. Yeah. Oh, Mikey Lito is here. Hi, Mikey Lito. So good to see you. Good morning, Retro Nerd Girl. Marvel's streaming shows are usually character driven, not a lot of action set pieces. Yeah. Yeah, exactly. You're totally correct. This was very um character driven, and I like that because the slower pace you get to know the good guys and bad guys, and they're really developing this character Gravik a lot. And we're seeing how he's putting together a lot of this stuff. He is a very bitter young man. He has seen a lot. His parents were killed by the Kree during that huge war that they had to exodus their planet. So he's in another, like, he's bitter, especially because um uh, he's got an axe to grind against Nick Fury. Killing him would be too easy. He wants him to suffer. So that's why you know he went after Maria Hill. So yeah, it's very interesting. Thank you for being here and great comment. And let's see. Oh, yes, I'm back again. And Unicorn Rapid Sue says, yes, I'm sure it's just coincidental similarities between Wonder Woman's story and the Secret Invasion. Oh, okay. So I have to look at that and see. Thank you. Uh, yeah, I'll have to look at that and see what's going on. With that because I am gonna do something on Wonder Woman, the TV show from the 1970s. It was so good and I loved Wonder Woman. She was just the best. Um, and let's go back to my this. Oh no, it took it took away the slideshow. Okay, let me find the slideshow, guys. Let me find the slideshow. What is going on? My internet is actually fine. I think it's because I have another computer over here that's working just fine. So let's see. It's working just fine. So I wonder if it's the local thing. Oh, look. Oh, wow. Thank you. Unicorn Rampant Studio. Yay, glad we stay connected. Oh, great. Thank you. Oh my goodness. $7 super chat. This is wonderful. Let me see if I can find um a thing. A unicorn for a unicorn. Um, Here we go. I love that song. The music always makes me dance. Thank you so much. You are so awesome. You're amazing. Um, let's see. Um, okay. All right, let's see if I can get to back where we were. Okay, so we did Julian Sands, talked about him, the new Superman and Lois. And so yes. So yeah, this is really interesting. I did want to touch up on the AI component of the show. And a lot of people were upset about the fact that it was the intro was done by AI. And I feel like AI this kind of thing that they've done, they had their artists work on the project and they used AI to manipulate those pages or those pictures together. And I don't see anything wrong with it. It's interesting and it falls under the suspicious, weird kind of like theme of the story. You don't know what you're watching, you don't know who's who. People are in disguise. And so this really, I think the intro really does kind of play well with it. And I really adore it a lot. And Mikey Lito says, I hadn't really brought in I hadn't really brought in last week, but after this week's episode, I'm totally on board. Oh, okay. The episodes are well written, and each one has been nearly an hour commercial free. Exactly. Now, here's the thing. The biggest problem I had with some of the other what was the last one that we watched? See, I forgot what was the last one I watched. Show I watched that was like too short, like 30 minutes an episode. That's not going to do it. We're intelligent viewers. We want good content. You put together an hour of content or 45 minutes of content that is well developed. Sorry, that was The Mandalorian. Sorry to talk about The Mandalorian season 3 again, but um, that was my biggest problem with it was that the episodes were too short. This is allowing the characters to breathe and people are interacting with each other. The story's actually going into depth with the history. There's a lot of talky. There's a lot of exposition, but we're learning things in the process, and I don't mind that. I really don't, and that helps me um to um to like the story more. You know, that helps me to understand the story more and understand the characters more. And oh, the Outcast Creative is here. We were just talking about you. We were saying how we people needed to go over to your channel and subscribe to your wonderful content. And he's Outcast Creative says, "Hey Retro, not seen this yet. Should I watch it?" Absolutely. Just gonna warn you that it is not um, a fast-paced, big action piece um, storyline. It's a lot slower. Think espionage. Think a slow burn with this. This is a slow burn, and just like Mikey Lito said up here, said uh, that this was a character driven, not a lot of action set pieces. That would be perfect to describe all of this. Um, to be very honest with you, and uh, Wex Luther. Wex Luther is here. Says AI takes jobs away from humans. At the very least, it's fewer hours worked. Yeah, I think that's true. There's a truth to that, but I also think that this AI isn't creating the art on its own. It's getting commands from humans. So there's there's that. They could also have filmed something. They could have taken pictures and taken just the pictures of the artwork and just shown us that and zoomed in on them, and that would have worked just fine too. But they decided to go, and they didn't change the art. They just had the art pictures there. They probably could have done that, but they decided to use AI to blend them together. So that it's a tool. It's like a hammer. You where I'm not saying that it's perfect. Like, I mean, if I was going to have an art piece in my apartment, I'd want it to be done by a human, um, or at least someone who is very skilled at creating something. I know that they put in their time and effort and did all of their own hard work. I think it's very important for us to know how these things are made, like how they're doing it, and 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 I think for a lot of people, it's just making sure that the artists who are doing this are uh, getting the right they're getting credited for it. So there's that. And then also, I don't know what their budget's like. I have no idea, but they could be low on budget. And I thought it was creative. It wasn't creative. I thought it was creative in the fact that they use this technology since we are already, as human beings, in the discussion of being wary of AI. It's sort of like whoever thought of it is like, yeah, that's the discussion we're having right now. So that's why I liked it. But I totally respect your opinion on it, and everybody who thinks that it's terrible. I respect your opinion about it. I think that's the beauty of our world, is that we can not always agree 100%, but respect each other's opinion. uh, and Grogu says, I like you said, RNG, there's a lot of talkie, but that develops the characters, yeah, relationships in the show. It gives you a deeper appreciation for the show. I think so. For me, like I said, I'm enjoying it. I'm enjoying the the characters, and it looks like the Gaia character is a double agent, or I'm not sure what she's doing. She's I just don't want her to get in trouble. I don't want her to get hurt. I mean, because it looks like she's doing a lot more than just and it looks like Gravik does not trust her. Gravik does not trust her. Um and so yeah, that's another thing I noticed. He does not trust her. Brogus says that the original Star Wars trilogy did that. That's why we appreciate it so much. Um, oh, you mean, yeah, the character development? Yeah, I mean, there was a lot of action and the pacing was really fast, but um, I think there was a good mix of both of that thing, especially whenever there were scenes with Obi-Wan Kenobi, it kind of slowed things down and and explained some of what was going on. And it was a very pivotal character in the first movie, I believe. So yeah, okay, we're doing so well this morning. And let's see. Uh, so yeah, Samuel L. Jackson is wonderful in this. I know that came under fire for defending his friend, and I don't, like I said, I may not agree with a lot of things that celebrities say. I've said this many times before, but Samuel Jackson defending his friend, I would do that for my friend, even if they were not exactly correct about everything. And a friend is a friend. I hope that's how I don't know. I would just take up for my friend. That would be my thing. But I don't agree with everything he does, but he's a great actor. He is acting his butt off in this series. Um, and there are moments where I'm just like, yeah, he's awesome. And I don't care what he says. So um this character, she is, I forgot her name in the story, but she's really turning out to be a very intriguing character. And if you watch the series, you'll find out why. I don't want to blow all the details of that. I want to at least wait till next week, give everybody a chance to see the episode first before I blow the lid off of the things that she does in this episode. Mikey Lito says her name is Sonia. Thank you. I'm so bad with names sometimes. Yeah, she is really a cool character, and like I said, we can get into that next week. But uh, uh, I like to keep my eye on her. She's an interesting character. And here's a picture of Gravik here, and he is. Um, just a wonderful character. I'm liking him more and more. And when I say that I'm liking him, it's not because he's a hero or anything. He is a bad guy, and we have a good reason for him being a bad guy. He's been hurt, and he has been waiting patiently for um, any kind of word from Nick Fury that, hey, we've got a planet for you guys, and we no one's heard anything from Fury for a while, so he's pissed. He's ready for the next actions to be taken, and I absolutely love the character development that they have for him. Very good. um, and here is Gaia, uh, and my goodness, yeah, like I feel like she's in danger. I feel like she's in danger. Um, and I'm not sure whose side she really is on or what she's doing. And I'm not sure what she's doing. So her character is, I suppose, slowly being revealed over time, uh, and we're not quite getting enough of her just yet. I'm willing to be patient because the other contents are really good. So wondering more about her character, what she's going to bring to the story. And Brogu says Peter Cushing and Sir Alec Guinness were real established trained actors, and you could feel it in Star Wars. And Samuel L. Jackson does the same thing for this show. Yes, yes, absolutely. There's that gravitas, really making the scenes way more interesting than they should be just by talking. That's his gift, to this whole thing. And it kind of makes me wish that, in the movies he had that a little bit more. But I'm sure they had to keep the pacing up for the movies, um, up to a certain level in order to keep them entertaining for the mass audience. And Michael Liu, who spells her name correctly, which is I would just cheat. Gaia makes me uncomfortable. She hasn't really helped her father. Has she has she has mommy issues. Yes, she has mommy issues because her mother, she thought her mother was alive, and she found out casually from her father that, I mean, he didn't mean to do it that way, but that her father, her mother died, and she's definitely, it was kind of sad seeing her kind of in the first episode cry like that. I mean, she gave it like the way I'm gonna start getting teary-eyed just thinking about it, but the way she cried, it was just like a little girl. In many ways, she does play this part like a little girl, a little bit. I'm just wondering what is going to happen with this character. We see her. We don't know much about what's going on with her internally. And so that makes me wonder, okay, what what side are you playing for? Because it looks like she's playing for the side of her father or Gravik, or she may just be torn between the two and trying to figure out which side she's should be on. So again, where that part of the story, it needs where I'm patient and I will wait for her to develop more as we go on. But I know what you mean. She makes me uncomfortable too. She just, I like, what is going to happen to this character is my big concern because I feel sympathy for her, but I don't know what she is going to do. So yeah. Let's see if there's anything else. Yeah, more Samuel L. Jackson. That's pretty much it. Um, and I am so far the show is pretty good. I would give the episode. I don't want to grade the episode yet because I didn't see the very last part of it, which is probably going to be really good. I like was literally watching it just before the show, so it was very intriguing, and I'm enjoying it so far. And Mikey Lito says, I think she's committed to Gravik's plan, but she's investigating whether Gravik is and his followers really killed her mother. Um, oh, oh, thank you. Wow. Thank you so much. See, that makes sense. That makes sense to me. And I'm curious. Um, she was okay, so no one's gonna know what I'm talking about if you haven't seen it. But she researched a scientist, and it said she was researching the DNA of the scientist, and it said something like ice beast. Okay, I didn't understand that. So I'm gonna have to watch that part over and see what the heck that means because it sounds really interesting. Um, I maybe I don't know enough of about the history of those characters, but I thought it was very interesting. So now I'm going to go on to the next portion of this. Let's see. Uh, Um, all right. Turner Classic Movies, guys. Um, this is a really great conversation to be had about Turner Classic Movies. It has faded quite a bit over the years. Hardly hear much about it. I don't own a television anymore. A lot of people I know don't own televisions anymore. And many people who own televisions, they're just watching other things. They're watching a lot of streaming programs, a lot of things. New things are happening, streaming wise, lots of programming, and so they're not watching. Not that they're not watching, but Turner Classic Movies has lost a lot of its popularity over the years, and a lot of people like probably over the age of 40 really like have a history or a knowledge of Turner Classic Movies. Like for instance, in my particular household, we always watched Turner Classic Movies. It was a staple in our household. We watched it all the time. There are a lot of movies I would never know about because of Turner Classic Movies, and it's sort of the bridge between the new world of movies and the old world of movies, or the older movies that I tend to talk about a lot. But to tell you the truth, a lot of people aren't so interested in older movies. They're more interested in the newer movies or even romanticizing the 80s and the 90s. And as you go further along, deeper into history and go further down the line to earlier movies, it's becoming a lost medium or a lost content. Like people are not talking about movies like um, you know when I'm trying to think of movies and like 50 of the Funny Face, like I'm sorry, funny is it Funny Face? There's movies like the big musicals of the 1940s and 50s, and so these kinds of gentlemen prefer blondes, and some like it hot, and um, a streetcar named Desire, things like that. TCM used to always, introduce us to movies like that, and it has been kind of interesting because we got this big news, and it was really quiet on the TCM front. And then we got this big news that David Zaslav, chief executive of Warner Brothers Discovery, issued company-wide layoffs, wiping out the entire top tier of management at the channel, including Charles Tabesh, the longtime senior executive in charge of programming, veteran general manager Paula Channington is also leaving, along with the executives overseeing marketing, strategic partnerships, and studio production. Uh, and Zaslav had a Zoom call meeting. I mean, this really struck fear in everyone when that happened, and an uproar on social media. Lots of celebrities chimed in, lots of tweets about and Instagram posts about, my gosh, are we losing TCM? And Zaslav had a Zoom call meeting with Steven Spielberg, Thomas Anderson, and Martin Scorsese to tell them that the staffing reduction would not detract from the channel's mission of providing a wide range of classic films or alter the viewing experience for its avid fans. And that's good to hear. It was a big scare there for a minute. We thought we were going to lose something we're probably not. A lot of people had, I wouldn't say abandoned, but not had been in the forefront of the news cycle. Perhaps, guys, this was part of a media excitement to bring knowledge back to the brand. I have to look at all of these things because it's very interesting how we hadn't heard about TCM for a long time. They've been continuing with their programming, and all of a sudden, this big news comes out, and now TCM is part of the news cycle again. It's getting eyes on it where it had not been before. So this could have been a marketing scheme. Unfortunately, um, these executives had to lose their job. I hate hearing that people are losing their jobs um, at a time like this, but it is all falling under this one person. Um, it says the network is being added to the portfolio of Michael Oline, who oversees Adult Swim Cartoon Network, Discovery, Family, and Boomerang. Michael shares, quote unquote, Michael shares our passion for classic films and believes strongly that what is that word? And TCM's essential role in preserving and spotlighting iconic movies for the next generation of cinephiles. Kathleen Finch, Chairman and Chief Content Office of Warner Brothers Discovery Networks, wrote in a note to staff. And that comes from the LA Times or Los Angeles Times. And I think it's very interesting. This is all falling under one person instead of the many people that they had before. I hope he's not going to be overrun with too much work. He's already got a lot on his on his plate. But um, they're trying. I guess they're trying to streamline things to make it cost effective. But I do know that this uh, brand needs a little umph. It needs something to get it back on track because as much as we love this channel and most of us are familiar with it, it just is um, it's I'm not sure like how it's going to fit in the future, and we need to be able to bring those movies to people. A lot of those movies, though, are now uh, on YouTube. You can easily find them for free on YouTube. You and not all of them, but a lot. And also, the other piece to it is that if they're available, but you have to find them, and we need something or some way to bring those movies to the forefront and and it's going to take a big risk. It's going to take investment. It's going to take a lot of money because even on my channel when I talk about movies from the 30s and the 40s and even the 20s, I get like hardly any response. Like there's like very few views, and it's not suggested very much either. So it's very interesting. It'll take like a channel to make a lot of risks, to take a lot of risks. I want to do quite a few older movies as well, but that is going to be challenging for these movies to still see the public to be able to see those movies and be suggested those movies because a lot of people are just gravitating to the newer movies or like I said, the romanticized like 80s and 90s and early aughts. So let's see what you guys got to say. I've been going on at this for a little bit. Let's see what you guys are saying. I'm actually got to take care of an allergy issue. Give me one moment. All right. For anyone who's new that came aboard, um, I am just dealing with some crazy allergies right now. They're attacking like crazy today. And Unicorn Rabbit Studio says my television only runs 1980s Atari computers. Oh, cool! That's cool. Yeah, I don't have a TV, and I haven't had one for over 10 years now. It's just not needed anymore. And they're really expensive, and um, I don't want a cable subscription. I just pay for internet. And Mikey Lito says, young people should be interested in classic movies. I think so too. That's why I kind of started my channel too. Part of the reason is like this stuff needs to be seen. I mean, you got to know about the day the Earth stood still. You got to know about War of the Worlds. You got to know about like, um, you know, Some Like It Hot. That's a great movie. Or Anti Mame. Ah, and this is just so. depressing that they'll never see the light of the those movies unless they look for it, unless they are, you know, they are interested in film and have to go seek it out. And I think uh, it needs to be brought to them. It needs to be brought to them. Because and to finish your statement, they would see where a lot of today's movie tropes come from. Exactly, they will understand film better. They will understand how that what they think is so wonderful and new is actually something that we've been doing for a long time. We've been doing it for ages. And Unicorn Rampant Studio says, and the TRS 80 um controller, is that? And cause I'm really bad at games. I have no idea what's going on. Teach me. And Costello Daniel Garcia says, whoever buys the Batman universe will strike gold. Oh, the Batman universe. Um, we'll talk about something to deal with that. Ooh, I see what you're saying. Yeah, we're going to talk a little bit about that in our conversations. Um, and Mikey Leda says, "Do we really trust anything David Zaslav says?" Yeah. He's already broken a lot of promises. And don't I don't really trust everything he says, but for the time being, he's playing nice with Hollywood. And I mean, at one moment I was like, oh my God, this guy is the most hated man in Hollywood because they see him as trying to, dismantle. And Warner Brothers itself has a lot to make up for after, the events of the pandemic and how they treated directors. And yeah, it's just been um, really crazy for him. His tenure is has been very shaky at best. And Mike Alito says he sounds like the executive in charge of niche programming. Yes, he is. And earlier pictures that of this guy is basically he's a groovy dude. And Unicorn Rabbit Studio says, LOL, trust no one. That's right. And Brogu says, Cartoon Network, Adult Swim, Discovery Family, Boomerang. It's not priority program in my humble opinion. And it just seems like they're slowly phasing these programs. Yes. And I think this is why it's up to us. It's up to us. TCM was wonderful. MTV was wonderful. All of those programs were wonderful, but they were probably for a different age. We have to face those facts that we need to start being active if we feel passionate about something. And here's the thing. Nobody mentioned anything about TCM. For years I hadn't heard about anybody mention TCM for a long time, and suddenly now it is in oh, let's fight for TCM. I think it's great, but I also feel like um, they're just keeping it around to keep people um, from complaining, and I think they're just eventually going to phase it completely out, like how MTV. I mean, it's almost completely phased out. These are the cold hard facts. I hate to say that, but like I said, it's up to us now. We have to take this into our own hands um, and talk about the streetcar named Desire. We need to get in there and start like talking about Citizen Kane and start like analyzing these movies and spreading the word about these older movies, and let it not be about numbers and views and all that stuff. I'm done. Like I think ultimately um we need to be passionate about our love of old movies and actually do the work, because if we're leaving it to big corporations to do it, they're just gonna choose an easier out. They're going to just choose the thing that pays the most money, and what pays the most money is nostalgia for those people who are in, like I said, 80s, 90s, and the aughts. They're not gonna spend money on 70s and 60s, and nobody's interested in anymore, right? Just saying the cold hard facts. It breaks my heart. Yes, I like, yeah, Unicorn Rampant City. Everybody should know what a Girl Friday is. Yes, I think they should. And for that movie, his Girl Friday, I saw that on TCM and I reviewed it on this channel. Love that movie. It's so good. Even like it's not just a timepiece, right? And but it's also really good. It's really good. It's got a great story. It's got good cadence. It's like it's one of the best movies for like romantic comedies. Oh, Mikey Leto says I recently watched On the Town on TCM during Fleet Week. Oh, cool. And Keith E says, we don't need no stinking badges. That's right. We can do it ourselves. And Unicorn Rabbit Studio says, quote unquote, I always depended on the kindness of strangers. Oh, yeah, that's an old statement. I forgot who said it. Is that Betty Davis? I believe. I think so. My memory serves me correctly. Um, yeah, so that's TCM. Again, I think it's up to us to do it. If you're a content creator, I think we can do our part by celebrating older movies. And I don't have a subscription to TCM. I'm not going to be able to do that as well as with everything else, but at least we could do our part of what TCM is doing, right? Which is spreading um, the knowledge of older movies to the next generation, bringing it to the forefront, allowing people to enjoy and share this content that is going to be lost to time, pretty much. Of course, I get it all wrong. Streetcar named Desire quote from Blanche Du Okay, thank you, Unicorn Rampant Studio. Of course, I get it completely wrong. Oh man, yeah, it's been a while. It's been a while since I've seen that movie, and I need to get refreshed on a lot of older movies as well. Absolutely, absolutely, we need to do that. I think so. I think this whole TCM scares really got me like excited about possibly doing more older stuff. Because even though I think we love the 80s and we don't want that to disappear either. But I think like the older stuff is just um uh I think it's important. I think it's important. And this is like the new TCM. These are all the hosts of the shows that they have, which is again, I don't watch the show anymore. It's something I watched a lot when I was a kid, and really formed my love um, of movies. Helped to shape that love, and so yeah, here we go. um, this is a little bit of a of something interesting. WBD selling, and it goes back to a comment. That was who said it? Costello said, "Whoever buys the Batman universe will strike gold." So there was news to. Oh no, I forgot to put a picture. Guys, forgive me. I was supposed to put a picture here. Not sure which one, but the story was that Warner Brothers Discovery, maybe Warner Brothers Discovery is always in the news, it seems. Warner Brothers Discovery may be working out a deal to license HBO titles to Netflix on a non-exclusive basis, which means they will continue streaming on Max. The first show WBD may license to Netflix is the hit comedy series Insecure. And I was going to put a picture of the series there. It is very interesting that they are doing this because a lot of people are saying now that this is opening up the idea and the possibility that other content may be on the list to sell. Like, for instance, there is a hashtag going out there to sell, asking Warner Brothers to sell the Zack Snyder's Justice League to Netflix, since Zack Snyder is at Netflix and he could finish and develop his stories there. And so it is very interesting to me that um, that this is happening because uh, there could be other DC content that that may be that they may sell to other. I mean, not just Netflix, but anyone, but specifically to Netflix is really seeming like a great possibility at this point. Oh, okay, so that's a touch on that. Now the San Diego Comic Con. Oh, let's see what you guys are saying here. Wow. Oh, wait a minute. How far back am I going here? Um, all right. Unicorn Rampant Studios is back in my day. We had a big TCM scare. We survived it by carrying black and white films uphill both ways. Nice. Oh man. And like Lita, they already licensed the Sandman to Netflix. Yeah, that's the really cool thing. They've done that before. And so we'll see where that leads. Like, that will be quite interesting if they even dare to do that. And I'm here for it. I'm definitely here for it. And Rogus says, RNG, we need to storm the walls and let them know how important programming is. Ford wanted to discontinue the Mustang at one point. It's now the best-selling vehicle they have next to the F-150. Wow. Yeah, I mean, look, I think um, there's now the Criterion collection, and that a lot of people are saying, okay, well, if we lose TCM, we've got the Criterion collection, which is great. Um, these guys, and why these guys are marketing the Criterion collection, is they have a YouTube channel, and they have like little bits of cinephiles and famous people coming on their show and going through their library and talking about movies. And I think that's something that TCM should really consider, like really um, doing an internet social media marketing ploy, like sort of like that, just to keep, because you've got to be where people are um, in order to activate interest, right? You've got to go to like Twitter, Instagram, YouTube to expand people knowing about you. One thing that all of these platforms do is that they suggest you to strangers, and when they suggest you to strangers, you get maybe a little bit popular if you have something that they're interested in. And Universal Studios, I think, has been doing quite a bit of great work, because no one ever forgets about Universal Monsters. They always, every once in a while, promote those things. like whether it's a commercial or some sort of promo for something, or they've always managed to stay on every platform and do something. And I think TCM could learn a thing or two from Universal and companies like that that are like, hey, we have all these IPs that are old, but they're iconic. We need to make sure to get people out there to to see the product. We're like young kids are not seeing any of this stuff. They just aren't. They only can see it if somebody suggests it to them. So there you go. There's my speech. There's my speech. Where's my round of applause? Oh my goodness. Yeah. So, um, San Diego Comic Con is something that everybody goes to this Comic Con because they want to see all the latest things that are happening. They get great shows or previews of things in this place called Hall H. And so Marvel Studios for years has been doing great presentations year after year. But this year, Marvel Studios will not be presenting at Hall H at San Diego Comic Con after announcing pushing back several release dates for anticipated movies back an additional year. So, if you guys remembered a few weeks ago, yeah, Marvel did announce that they were pushing back a whole bunch of movies. Well, Disney announced that they were pushing back a lot of movies, and a lot of them happen to be Marvel movies. And this is part of the reason why this is happening. Also, writer's strike is affecting all of this stuff too. They can't corroborate with each other on storylines because of the strike. And they have to wait until all of that is over before they can really solidify a lot of this stuff. So we may be in for a lack of content from Marvel Studios for a long time. So we better enjoy what we get with the Secret Wars and the show. And in fact, all of the material that we have now, and it may come to a point where we'll get recycled stuff because they're running out of shows. So a lot of things are just not being postponed and held. So next on the list is Angela Bassett. Uh, she's making news because the Academy of Motion Picture Arts and Sciences, scientists. That should be cool. Scientists will finally present an Oscar to Angela Bassett after a 3-decade long career with credits in celebrated films like What's Love Got to Do with It, Boys in the Hood, and Black Panther. And this was from Vulture that I got this information from. It's all over the news though. But yeah, she's well deserved for an Oscar. They keep nominating her all the time, and poor thing, she's never got one. And I think people were saying that after um, her not getting an Oscar this year, that she made a face, or she didn't look happy, and and they were like, okay, well, we'll give her a lifetime achievement one, and it's kind of it's really nice that she's getting recognized, and we know this, um, and she should have been recognized a very long time ago, but it is it's really just kind of Okay. I know, right? They probably do need scientists to look at motion pictures. It would be quite interesting to see if someone could come up with the perfect formula for the perfect movie. And Mikey Lito says, if the writer's strike lasts beyond mid-August, we'll be back in the content desert again. So it's really useless to go to Comic Con. It's so true. So true. So I think that is just the sign of the times. Like, hey, we may be in for a rocky ride, boys and girls, is what that's signaling to me. Yeah. And let's see. Yeah, so that's that. And let's see if we have more. Oh, we're all done, guys. This is really that went by quickly. That went by super quick. Yeah, so I really enjoyed. There's a couple other topics that are out there. Um, yeah, there are a couple other topics out there that let me look at see what other topics there were today. Uh, there were other topics, but I thought that these were the best. I think those were the best. And let's see, Brogo says nobody has any business criticizing her for how she felt. I saw one of the other actresses making a face at the same time, but they didn't criticize her. Only Angela. Yeah, that's true, and I think it's not fair because she's a human being. If you want to get an award and if you wanted something and you were up for award and you didn't get it, what are you supposed to do? And there are other people that are like, yeah, I'm so glad you got it and not me. But um, it's okay if somebody says, "Shucks, wish I had it," you know, because and this isn't her first time. She's been doing, she's been trying to get that Oscar for a long, long time, you know, and it's it's kind of sad that they did that. They chose to do that. Um, but I think this is it, guys. This is one of the shortest episode. Unless there's something that you guys wanted to talk about, let me know if there is something that you guys wanted to talk about. I think I covered everything. It was, I thought we had a lot on the plate, but we went through it really fast. Um, let's see. Let me look at it again. Yeah, we went through everything. TCM, Turner, Secret Wars, the new Superman and Lois, and Julian Sands. Brogu, I don't sing. No, don't end it now. You can sing a song for us. You are too cute. Thank you for being so sweet and making me laugh this morning. No, no singing. All right, guys. Well, I am going to end the stream. I'm really so happy that you guys were here for me, and again, sorry about putting it up such last minute and doing this, not having everything, all the bells and the whistles like I usually do. But I thought we had a great talk, and we had a lot of really cool things to say. As usual, at the end of this video, I play like a 3 minute. Um, video that you can leave your last comments. Say goodbye to any friends in the chat, any new friends that you made today, and also any last comments for me. So go on ahead and, well, I just saw something weird. StreamYard is like doing something really wild for me right now. I don't know what just happened. Okay, I'm gonna play the 3 minute outro, and you guys, I hope you have a really awesome day. Thank you for being here. I really, again, many apologies for anything that was weird, but I think we did a good show, and we talked about a lot of stuff. Not used to ending the stream for only an hour and a half. It usually goes on for like 3 hours. But without further ado, guys, I bid you adieu, and I will see you in the next video. The next video will be Friday, and we will talk about time travel some more. All right, take care.
Retro Nerd Girl, you are clear for takeoff.